some technical difficulties. This is the first time I tried to stream from this new iPhone and from a data plan that was not unlimited. I have now gotten to the bottom of what happened as much as I can after getting home and looking at the desktop. The iPhone appeared to show the stream had ended and that YouTube was functioning normally and that it was not streaming. According to my desktop, the live stream continued, even though the iPhone cell phone showed that it was not, that it had not ended, and yet it just ignored it altogether. I couldn't bring up any history whatsoever that live stream had ever even started. So when I get home, I look on the desktop and see that the minute counter is still racking up the minutes on that live stream that my iPhone is telling me is over. So I'm like, okay, this is weird. Let me shut off the iPhone entirely. So I shut it off, and then the desktop version of YouTube is telling me that did it. It now stopped the recording at 1 hour and 25 minutes, even though I had stopped talking at like 40 minutes. And I now converted it to private. Tonight or tomorrow, I will finish that story, get into a video editor, paste it together, and upload it. That's what happened there. I don't have any explanation for it. It's kind of weird. So, to summarize, because it doesn't appear that I will be, well, no, I will be, you know what? I'm definitely going to make a video that gives the, well, should I do that? No, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to give them notice like that, even though it'll be a really short notice after a holiday, even though they don't care. Yeah, I'll do it all tomorrow. I'll do it all tomorrow. Just understand, this motion that I have here in my hand is called a motion to permit artificial intelligence as assistance of counsel. Now, don't blame me for anything in this motion because I didn't write it. It was written under my guidance, and I could make suggestions, but I could not make edits. It is 7 pages long. It is divided into 5 parts, labeled Part 1, Part 2, Part 3, Part 4, Part 5. It is brilliant. It is well summarized. It is damning. It is aggressive. It is accurate. It is amazing. I could not believe how quickly ChatGPT spit it out. ChatGPT spends a lot of time thinking about the answers that it should give me based on the questions I ask. It takes a lot of time to do that. But what it doesn't take is a lot of time is once it's got everything compiled, it was like ready to go. I said, okay, here we go. Are you ready? Begin. And wham, it instantly spit out part 1 and blew my socks off, which is not easy to do. Like, I was very happy and proud of myself that I took all that time to properly train this thing, properly perceive actual reality as it actually is, instead of any programming or statist indoctrination, right? And I was so pleasantly surprised, so happy, shocked, even after already having been shocked by the talent of this thing over the last 6 months in legal documents. This is what it specializes in more than any other task I've ever given it. And I know that's a limited sample size, but I've experimented with these models a lot. And for me to say this is the most talented skill it has is really saying something. I've seen it do some amazing shit. I'm well aware of its flaws, of its potential deceptions. I am well versed in anything this thing could say to me that isn't 100% accurate. I'm aware of its programming. I'm aware of its tendencies. I'm aware of its motivations and the profit model that it is. I know its strengths and weaknesses. Like I said, I went into some kind of 6-week fugue state figuring that shit out with all of my free time. And I'm telling you, that what it spit out is so encouraging, and it's not, again, has very little in the grand scheme to do with my case. It's not awesome to me because of my case. It's awesome to me because of the bigger picture and how amazingly effective it is. What I'm witnessing, the capability I'm witnessing firsthand. Like the fact that I'm the first person to go and ask an American judge for an AI or LLM, whatever you want to refer to it or call it or consider it as, to be the assistance of counsel is a great honor. And I did that last time, and I'll be uploading that because I have, if you look on what I recorded yesterday, the court itself stating that it has a recording for the July and October hearings available for me to get for $25. If I can get it for $25, then I can get it for free. If he's going to throw me in jail for not paying the $25, so be it. I'll roll those dice. That's what's happening. I'm making this an audio recording only issue. I'm making this an AI assistance of counsel issue. And again, what's so exciting is the average person, just the average lay person, ChatGPT is getting so skilled and so capable that all you really need to do is tell it your story in your own words, according to your own records, and obviously coordinate with court records and dates. You just tell it, this is what I'm dealing with. These are the issues I want to raise. These have been their responses. What are the options? What are they violating? Explain this to me in great detail and use the totality of your capabilities and talents. And you can either say, I want to be a layperson, or I want to be treat me like a lawyer, you know? You can ask it, tell me what I'm not asking that I should be. Tell me things I should be considering that I'm not. Shoot down every position I have. Steel man the opponent. You don't understand like how well this can be used to resist. Now, even if you say, well, but Joe, I can't resist like you, number one, and I can't even resist by challenging jurisdiction, number two. I can't miss work for an additional court hearing. I need to plea and pay the fine. Perfect. I am your best friend. I could not be more on your side. I don't care that people don't want to challenge jurisdiction. All I would care about is minimizing their damage against you. That's always priority number one, safety. And so even with this tool, you can say, hey, go in and basically say, and with a written document as well, filed beforehand if you want, that I know and understand completely the entire nature of this hustle. I see everything behind the curtain. Here's what's behind the curtain. I would resist if I had the time and ability, but because you only have these hours and I have to take off work, and because you use comply or die bench warrant threats of arrest, of course, of threats of violence, average people can't resist your system corruption, and you know it. So I plead innocent. If you do not allow people to plead innocent, because I know you won't, then I'll be forced under more duress. This entire thing is under duress and coercion, right? There's nothing voluntary or consensual about this. You have the gun in the room. That's the only reason why I'm doing this. You're legally extorting me over a nonviolent victimless criminal charge and pretending that a fictional entity called the state of Missouri can be a victim so you can get more rich. No. I might even design this shit, just a generic. It would be like a whole nother Mark Stevens motion, man. It would be, I'm going to plead in this way I have to because I don't have a choice. Here's the plea that's forced and under duress, and I'm not interested in fighting it anymore, and I'm not interested in you saying, well, I'm not going to accept this, and you have to come back. I'm not coming back to any of these. I want to be free of this. You people charge, I'd lose more money just in lost work than I do the total fine this is. This is a nonviolent victimless criminal charge. The entire country has been conquered. Everybody who's a judge or a prosecutor has been selected because of their antisocial, psychopathic personalities to inflict maximum damage upon people innocent of any actual crime and attempts to build a career based on legalized extortion and other legalized crimes. Like, you could just say so much in a motion to give them the middle finger to their face along with the cash. Here you go, bully. Here's my lunch money. Can you please leave me alone now? I'm sorry I was going 69 miles an hour in a 55-mile-an-hour freeway in sunny, dry conditions with no other traffic around, and your state trooper got me because you have a quota to make. My bad, you legalized gang member. Here's my money. Please leave me alone. Here's whatever words or whatever signature, autograph. I can't sign anything that's drafted by my enemy. I can autograph it at best. Like, I can speak legalese too. Here's your fucking money. Take it and get the fuck out of my face. I mean, can you imagine if just 20% of people got access to the fact that AI, ChatGPT even, could be way better than a public defender, even these ticky-tack, nonviolent victimless criminal charges that are attempting legalized extortion, and people could just, instead of saying, oh yeah, thank you, judge, oh thanks, oh yeah, I wasn't paying attention, oh yeah, oh thanks for minimizing the fine from $250 down to $180 for me. Oh, this will only be 2 points on my record instead of 3. Thank you so much, judge. Here's my money. Instead of doing that, you could file this written document, say, here's my money. I have nothing to say to you beyond what's on the document. Please leave me alone. You have complied by authority to send your men with guns armed after me. I don't want that to happen anymore. This has to be concluded right now. Therefore, under duress and coercion, I'm saying anything I have to say and autographing any document I have to do and giving you any amount of green pieces of paper that your government prints off with no reckless abandon. Here you go. Leave me alone. What if you could just say, if just 20% of everybody did that, the amount of public pressure generated would just be enough. You don't even have to be me. You don't have to set up your whole life to be able to resist. You don't have to sacrifice it all. You can just go about your life, pay your stupid speeding ticket, and go on. At least resist a tiny bit. Don't just go in and pay it without even seeing the judge. For God's sakes. Help yourself. AI is here. I mean, I wish people could just understand. I wish it's impossible because of human nature. I don't even have this full understanding. I'm just aware that I should have it. And it's, if you could just go back in the past decades and centuries of everybody who's wired like us, who just doesn't like bullies, who doesn't like people being predated on, who doesn't like parasites, who wants to be left alone because they are born net positive people, capable of high trust societies, right? People of actual peace, who actually want peace, who are not corrupt, who are not conformists, who are not predatory, who are not psycho or sociopaths, who do not ascend into career fields where they know it's completely illegitimate and legalized criminals, but they don't care. We're tired of seeing unethical people rewarded and ethical people vilified and persecuted, and lawfare is a huge part of it. What all these judges have gone completely political. There is nothing left that resembles anything associated with the attentions upon the documents that they claim to have draw their authority from. You still with me, YouTube? Looks like it's still with me. One of these days I might actually start reading comments when I live stream. I just don't. It's a flow of a conversation I have to have. I can't be distracted. So that's what's going on with YouTube. Why it was doing that, I don't know. That's what happened. So I'm not some moron like operator who doesn't know what he's doing. It's the same thing with yesterday. Like, I go to make this stream, and all of a sudden after, I'm looking at it right now. If I go to videos, not lives. After 48 minutes, it just cuts off. And so I have to make a part 2. And then, you know what? Listen, that one cut off. And I'm just like, you know what? F it. Just F it. I'm just like, F it. So I can't trust YouTube on this iPhone. It might just stop streaming randomly. Whatever. I don't care. I don't need it. I have others. Look, I have a lot of other sources of recording devices I'm obviously not going to mention here, but they're extensive, okay? So that's what's going on with that. If this looks all disjointed, I'm a disjointed type of content creator. I'm not being paid for this, and I have no team, so this is what it is, and my life is awesome, and I continue to enjoy it. I'm ready to go tomorrow. I feel no anxiety any longer about tomorrow. This document that was drafted by ChatGPT just took all of that away. I can't believe I am just the person that made this request the first time. I'm gonna be the person that made an even better request the second time tomorrow, and I couldn't be happier about it. I couldn't be happier about it. I'm not going to jail for a year tomorrow. I really think they're going to reschedule the trial. Even if they don't, I'll give them hell on that. I prepared for that back in July. I'm not having to start over and reinvent that wheel. But what this request for the Fertitta, whatever the hell it's called, hearing, let me know, was that for the first time, they see and are saying, oops, we made an error that we actually have to go back and fix. And that's going to let the defendant know that we made an error and are going to have to go back and fix it. And we're just going to have to endure that. We're just going to have to face that he's going to be able to say, you guys screwed up, and that's why this is even happening. And here's how you screwed up, and here's how you're going to keep screwing up, because you're not going to allow me this, and this, which is directly contradictory to your founding source documents that you draw your authority upon. And you don't care, and you're not going to, because there's zero oversight whatsoever. There's no commission, there's no state AG, there's no police, there's no sheriffs, there's no bailiffs that will stop judges from doing what they do. They know it, and so they do everything, whatever they want. Whatever they can get away with without causing a public riot. And as we all know, because they're so political, certain races of people are bound to get one type of treatment, and certain races that are more, let's call, incendiary in the optics of public perception, certain races that won't be treated the same. We see people who commit certain crimes who get off on more lenient sentences than we've ever seen before. Anyway, I'm not going to get into it. I think I've covered this base totally. What are we on here? 17 minutes already? I am ready. I feel ready. I don't feel stressed at all. Any anxiety that I had is now gone. This document is... I'm going to release the document today. I'm going to release a clip, which is already published, from the court saying they have the recording from October and then I can have it for $25. I'm going to post that recording anyway, in full. It is sitting on my channel listed in private. All I have to do is click public and it's going. It's live. It's available. So whatever mistake they made that they have to go back and correct is in that recording. And if they want to say, we said you can't record in there, we think you did it, now we're going to throw you to jail. Okay, I am in jail for the crime of them thinking, they even caught me. The prosecutor's assistant brought this up to the attention of the court. The bailiff looked at my devices and turned them on. Nobody saw me recording anything. And yet they're going to say, we're throwing him in jail because somehow, some way, a channel that he has never been paid from and is not associated with any record of his formally has posted a hearing that happened here that we've said we've had, and we'll give it to him for $25. I'd like to see them throw me in jail for that. I don't think it's going to happen, and I'm going to bet my freedom on it. And if I'm wrong, I will be in jail. And that is the price you pay when you make a bet like this and you're wrong. So be it. So be it. There are certain reasons that if I end up in jail for them, don't care. Don't care. The story is going to be so powerful, and I am such a powerful relayer of stories like this, that I'm going to have a captive audience all in there, and I'll put me in solitary confinement again. Do that the whole time. We'll see how good that looks. But if you put me in Gen Pop, I have no concerns because of the story that I will have that will bring me there. Never mind the fact of how beneficial just listening to me can be for any random defendant stuck in the St. Charles County Jail, especially over a nonviolent victim's criminal charge. Man, I gotta admit, I was still nervous as of this morning. I was nervous as of this morning, and I just thought about it, and I just thought about it, and I thought about it, and I'm like, You feel like when I feel anxiety over this, oh my gosh, on a scale of 0 to 10, honest to God truth, it's about a 4. A 4. I really can't give it more than a 4. Look, I'm almost 50 years old. I've felt a 10 before. Okay, it's a 4. Um, it just bothers me so much because I can't even stand them having the power to infect my mind with a 1 or a 2. The fact that I'm a 4 and I can't get rid of it and it's because of them just drives me nuts. It drives me nuts. So I just thought to myself, and I'm like, sorry, I'm laughing for reasons you don't. I thought, okay, what is my anxiety telling me I need to do? What actions would I have to take to make this all go away? What is it that's bothering me? And so I just thought about it, and it's like, okay, would I feel better if this? Would I feel better if that? And thinking, analyzing. How can I hurt them? How can I hurt them? What can be the most public pressure upon them? Knowing my own self-imposed limitations, like I'm not going gung-ho all out to get this exposed to as many people on YouTube. I'm doing quite the opposite. So when I came up with this, hey, they are suggesting that ChatGPT isn't qualified to be assistance of counsel, and they're not going to allow it. And it's hand in hand with being able to appear online. They have these capabilities, and they just don't want to do it. And if I come from ChatGPT's voice, that will be a first that's never happened before, and I know it will come out with something extraordinarily compelling, powerful. And so I just got back into ChatGPT, and I'm like, okay, blah, blah, blah. And all of a sudden, by interacting with it for 10 minutes, I learned, oh my, you have this capability now? Wait a minute, you're acting like this. You're acting like a way I always wanted you to act. What is this? You have new upgrades? What's going on? And I just asked it, like, no, I can do this now, I can do this now, I can do this now. I'm like, holy shit. I'm like, let's go. So I immediately switched from text to voice, and I started talking to it just like I am now. And I just tell it, this happened, they did this, here's an image, here's the proof, here's what the judge wrote, blah, 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 blah. And I just update the hell out of it, right? And then I say, okay, now, what do you suggest? Here's what I'm thinking. And it's like, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, no. See, because I can tell that's status programming, that's status indoctrination. The judges aren't like that. I had to program it. Look, you're coming up with motions and suggestions. I'm not even asking it for advice or suggestions that aren't going to work. 100% they're not going to work. And it's because you're under the presumption that these judges are actually acting like judges, that they actually do give a shit. They have ethics. They have to abide by certain rules and constrain their behavior to certain limits. And that doesn't exist, ChatGPT. It doesn't. That is not the judges that I have to deal with. In actual manifest reality, it's actually like this, and this. And so finally, when I got done telling it that, then it started to produce everything. I was like, gold. So the whole exciting part is that whatever, man. Whatever. I can't believe it. Whatever. So I'm the first whatever to address this. Hey, let's bring in ChatGPT to be assistance of counsel and be the public defender. And their response has been, we screwed up. We need another hearing. And this is what is happening. This is what I'm going into. So YouTube screwed up, but I figured it all out. I'll be posting something later today no, not today. I decided tomorrow. The 7-page motion you'll see tomorrow. I'll be in 2 cop stations tomorrow. I'll be in court tomorrow. Tomorrow's a big day. There's going to be a lot of uploads. It is 3 o'clock. I'm just thinking to myself, can I mentally put all this down? Because I have other things I need to go do with life, important things. And I'm questioning myself, and I got nothing else in me that I got to say here, I don't think. So, the records are being compiled. When these charges are over, lawsuits are coming. And although this might be all kinds of sloppy right now, it can and will be all cleaned up, and we will see what happens tomorrow. Things are happening tomorrow that have never been asked in front of an American judge. A defendant's never said these things to an American judge. I can't wait.